Radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. I say mostly cloudy. We do have a little bit of sun right now over in Michigan's thumb, the lower thumb, and then down into and around the Detroit area. And some sun being reported right now in the Lansing area along the 69 corridor, running just west of Lansing all the way into Flint. But other than that, that's about it. Terry Henne here at Radio Center along with Jonathan Dent. Jonathan, looks like it's going to be a little breezy, something that we haven't seen for the past several days.
It has been pretty still for the past week or two, hasn't it?
Yeah. Now we're not only talking wind speeds here this afternoon, 15 to 20 miles per hour, but they're going to continue to increase as we go through the nighttime hours. And tomorrow, it won't be a hurricane, but we're looking at wind gusts of better than 50 miles per hour.
Out of the south, we'll take it.
Yeah, because it's driving our temperatures up. What do we have right now?
Well, right now over at the airport, they're reporting 63 degrees, downtown Midlands at 62, and here at Radio Center, we're at a nice 65 degrees. Like I said, wind out of the south at 12 miles per hour, barometric pressure at 29.98, holding steady.
I'm looking at some wind gusts right now over on the west side of the state. We're talking upper 20s.
Yep.
And then Muskegon has had a wind gust of 35 miles per hour here within the last hour. That is a preview of things to come. Again, as we said, going through the remainder of the day today, those wind speeds will gradually pick up because we have a low pressure system, which started off in northwestern Missouri. It's moving up into Wisconsin. It'll be moving through Wisconsin up into the Upper Peninsula here a little bit later on this afternoon. But the key to all of that, the pathway, is that it's going to stay to the west of us. So the most of the Lower Peninsula, with the exception of the northwest corner, is going to see pretty uneventful weather other than just plain and simple windy. More in the way of cloud cover as we go through the afternoon and tonight. But those temperatures, the big 7-0 is what we're looking at as far as a high temperature this afternoon. And tonight will only drop down to 60. But again, as I said, we are going to be looking at a south wind gusting up to about 30 miles per hour. So what that's going to do as far as any precipitation, if we do get any, it is going to be very spotty here. West side of the Lower Peninsula and northern Michigan is going to have a much better chance of seeing some precipitation. But right now it appears as though the Lower Peninsula tonight and morning hours tomorrow morning, if we get on the west side of the state 0.4 of an inch or maybe a half inch, that's going to be it. For us, 1/10 of an inch maybe. And then over in Michigan's thumb, very little of anything in the way of precipitation, at least through Saturday morning. Now, Saturday afternoon, the frontal system is going to work its way through, but the low pressure system is going to be well up in Canada. So as a result, the turbulence isn't going to be quite as bad as what it will be during the daylight hours tomorrow. After a low of 60 tonight, sunset at right around 6:23, sunrise tomorrow morning at 8:14. We're going to be looking at clouds, scattered shower activity. Again, if there is going to be any scattered, the best chance of any scattered showers is going to be later in the afternoon and Saturday night, because that's when the front will move through. But a lot of the intensity, a lot of the strength of that front is going to be eroding as it moves through during the day on Saturday. So we're really not looking for much in the way of precipitation. And we're going to be looking at wind speeds of better than 50 miles per hour, especially by Saturday afternoon and early Saturday evening. Saturday evening, everything is going to be dying down. Instead of 50 miles per hour, maybe a gust of 30 by about midnight on Saturday. Partly cloudy skies on Saturday night. So after a high of 67 tomorrow, a low of 45 tomorrow night. Then on Sunday, 64 degrees. So the above average temperature is not going to go away. 42 for a low on Sunday night. mostly sunny skies, clear skies on Sunday night. We'll still have a southwest breeze, 20, 22, 23 miles per hour on Sunday, and maybe a gust upwards of 30 miles per hour. But that'll be relatively short-lived because things are really going to die down. Monday, mostly sunny skies, close to 60 degrees for a high, upper 30s for a low on Monday night. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, pretty much uneventful with temperatures right around that 60-degree mark to the low 60s as we go through the period. Right around 40 degrees to the middle 40s for a low Monday through Thursday. Now, there is going to be a weak disturbance, John, that'll move through about midweek next week. But the chances of precipitation, again, maybe 1/100th of an inch. That's going to be about it. Very little in the way of precipitation. But are you ready for this?
I don't know. What is it?
Next weekend.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So deer hunters are going to love us.
Yep.
Because maybe not so much on the 12th, but on the 13th, Mother Nature is going to give us a little taste of winter.
There it is.
Temperatures going to be quite a bit below normal for this time of the year, beginning on Sunday of next weekend. And along with that, lake effect activity. So we very possibly could see measurable amount of snow to start off the week.
We've got to average out these high temperatures somehow.
Yeah,
so
I know.
It'll average out to the middle,
And
but we'll be on the extremes.
And we're going to get it.
Yeah.
I'm afraid sooner or later. Record high in this state, 75, set back in 2015. The record low, 16, set in 1951. And on the 6th and 7th of November, back in 1951, we had better than a foot of snow. So that's what was going on then. Thank goodness not now. That's a look at the weather. Who do we have standing by to give us some good news, from what I understand?
For some good news today to close out our week, we're going to head over to Gary Kaufman at Star of the West for our market report. Then, of course, we'll talk with Doug Klein. But first, we want to remind you that the weather report today brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Hilleshog Seeds. When it comes to being sweet, Hilleshog's got you covered. Leading in high sugar content for Michigan sugar beet growers. Hilleshog exceeds Michigan Sugar's seed approval criteria and leaves nothing unmet. Unlike some companies promising high yield but lack other key traits, Hilleshog brings a balance for Michigan's tough conditions and will always pack a load of sugar in every beet. Hilleshog, the heartbeat of sweet. And Gary Kaufman, how sweet are those markets today?
Hey, happy Friday, Terry.
Yes, it is.
Hey, actually, we got positives across the board here. Still hanging on to the positives on the corn and the wheat. They're close, but soybeans kind of leading the market here this morning. So with that, currently, let's call cash wheat up a nickel, Terry, at 806 on the white, 756 on the red. New crop for next year also up 5 at 856 on the white, 806 on the red. Cash and current crop corn up 2 at 626. New crop for next year up a penny at 570. Cash and current crop soybeans up 24 at 1386. And new crop for next year, let's call it up 12 at 1334.
So this week has been pretty volatile as far as the wheat market is concerned, but I'm seeing soybeans trying to grab a few headlines here, especially at tail end of the week.
Yeah, the soy complex, is basically getting some bullish news from the bean oil market. That strength of that market continues to rise, and they're looking for a seemingly headed 11th close higher in the past 14 days. So, and actually, exports were pretty decent this week as well. I mean, they're still up about 1% from last year. So, and then if you look at the soybean crush margins, that's bullish too. So there's a lot of things happening in the crush and the oil, keeping soybeans on the upswing here. Yeah, if you look back from last Friday's close till where we're at the noon hour here, Terry, we're up about 62 cents for the week on soybeans. Corn is pretty much flat, even, and actually wheat's up about 16 with the roller coaster ride we've been seeing in that market all week.
So as far as the soybean market, my guess is a lot of guys have got the beans in the bin now. Not too many beans out in the field anymore, is there?
No, soybeans are pretty much wrapped up. You might see a field here or there, but by this weekend, there shouldn't be a soybean field left out there for that matter. So for sure.
And the corn's really going down fast.
Well, it is because the beets are, on hold right now to dig those out. So everybody's in the cornfield. So.
And moisture, quality of the corn, what have you heard?
Well, moistures, they're coming down for sure. This nice natural dry air and breeze we've been getting. Of course, the last couple of days wasn't so breezy, but yields are better than expected. Quality is really good. So, yeah, I think that for the most part, the growers should be pretty pleased with the corn crop as well. So
now, some of these folks have locked in some pretty decent prices on the corn. Are they happy with the prices that they locked in?
Well, everybody always kind of looks back and versus forward. I mean, 2020 backward vision is always 100%, but you got to start someplace. And whenever you can make a profit, the word of the day is just lock in a little bit at a time, get a good average. But for the most part, the corn has been between 20-cent range in the last 6 to 8 weeks, and when you start getting over $6 on corn, granted input costs are pretty high too. We actually got guys locking in some new prices for next year, not only on wheat but corn and beans as well, because those levels are at profitable levels as well. So.
No, that's good. I just hope that the input costs don't take a big jump like gasoline did here.
Yeah, that's always the unknown at this point for sure. So
it sure is. Have a good weekend, Gary.
I will. You do the same. Thanks, Terry.
Will do. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. Doug Klein, is he ready to go, John?
We're going to check in with Doug, but first, the market report today brought to you by the folks at Schaefer and Beerline. Are you ready to upgrade to a new Ram truck for your family farm? Now's the time to order your new Ram 1500, 2500, or 3500, so you should see the folks at Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, the Great Lakes Bay certified ag dealer. They specialize in all models of new Ram commercial trucks and vans, and ordering is the way to go. You can buy with confidence from Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth since 1852, where family and service sells cars. Also by Thumb Bank, who've been serving agriculture for over 125 years with 2 locations in Bay City, also Cass City, Caseville, Pigeon, Bad Axe, and Marlette. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Let's head on over to Oppenheimer now and talk with Doug Klein. Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I figured you'd be there.
Yeah.
The commodity prices don't look all that bad, but I know you have a perfect story about why the gas prices went up 50 cents.
Yeah, before crude oil went up.
Yeah.
Did somebody already know what was going to happen?
I don't know.
So we got 2 Fed governors in the U.S. saying that maybe they're going to slow down on the interest rate hikes. It's not Powell, but it's 2 of the other guys. So that kind of sort of got the stock market off to a super start this morning, over 500 points higher on the Dow, but that's dwindled down to about 120. So, we're still kind of in a sort of a big bear market, and the bears are not going to let go of this, easily. But yeah, crude oil was up over $4 this morning, still trading up 3 1/4. The Canadian jobs numbers came in, and they were looking for a 10,000 gain in the jobs numbers, and it came in at 100,000. So it was 10 times over their expectations. So they're probably looking at raising interest rates more in Canada, which is going to raise the Canadian dollar. And also the yen, is springing up today. The euro's going up today, and the dollar's going down today. So it's a lot of currency-based trading right now. And the precious metals strongly higher today. Silver's up over 6%. So it's just a wild, risky market right now, as it has been for a long time.
So what do we got?
Yeah. December corn, 6.80 and a quarter, up a penny. The September of 23 corn, 6.37 and a half, up a penny and a quarter. November soybeans, 14.48 and a half, up 21 and three quarters. March soybeans, 14.65 and a half, up 21 and a quarter. And November of 23 soybeans, 13.97, up 9 and a half. The December wheat is 8.44 and a half, up 4 cents. And the July of 23 wheat, 8.76 and a half, up 5 and a quarter. Crude oil is 91.59, up $3.42. Heating oil is 393.16, up 6.5 cents. Gasoline 272.58, that's up 3 cents, not 50 cents. And natural gas is 6.48 and a half, that is up 17 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar only buys you $1.35.23 at the border. That's down 222 ticks, percent and a half. The dollar buys 147.16 yen. That's down 117 ticks. The euro's at 99.01. That's up 150 ticks. The dollar's at 111.44. That's down 150 ticks. Gold is at $1673.70, up $42.80. Silver's $20.62, up $1.19. Platinum's at $952.80. That's up $28.70.
You have a great weekend, Doug.
Okay, thanks. You too.
You betcha. Take care. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. When we return, Stephanie Zelenko joins us from AgroLiquid. But first, this.
Whether your family farm has been passed down through generations or you're just starting out, knowledge and partnership fuel constant growth along the way. As the legacy of your farm strengthens, shared values and a never-ending commitment remain. ACH Seeds is proud to work with you to sustain your continued growth. This partnership, driven by a shared passion that never stops growing, is refined over time and cultivated in common ground.
The beauty of a family farm is that everyone pitches in to get things done. There is nothing like the smell of a sugar beet field during harvest or a meal served off the tailgate of a pickup. This is Jeff Karst, your ACH Seeds representative, with a friendly reminder to keep safety a top priority this harvest season. Please encourage your crews to be cautious with fieldwork and drive safely as they deliver this crop. You've built an impressive legacy, one that is certainly worth protecting. Thank you for your continued business again this year.
Crystal Beet Seed, never stop growing.
It's time to make sure your crops have access to nitrogen when and where they need it. Let Envita, a nitrogen-fixing biological, be the game changer in your operation and take your ROI to the next level. Backed with proven results, with average 8-bushel yield advantage in corn, Envita fills the nitrogen gap and puts more money in your pocket. As the one source for your seed and biological needs, contact Legend Seeds today at 800-678-3346 or visit legendseeds.net to put Legend to work on your acres.
John, I don't know if you've noticed in your trips in and around the wheat fields out there are looking like lawns right now, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Stephanie Zelenko's on the line with us right now from AgroLiquid. Stephanie, let's talk a little bit about the wheat fertilizer programs that are available right now, because we don't want to lose this wheat.
For sure. We have some of the best looking wheat that I've seen in a few years. Right now, we've had perfect weather to get that seeded and up and growing. So a lot of different options when it comes to fertility. A lot of guys just plant and then worry about fertility later. So if you fall into that bucket and did not put any dry broadcast down, there's still time to do that yet this fall. And then if you don't want to mess with going across the fields or don't have time with harvest, that early application when you're going out with your nitrogen top dress, you can still put a little bit of phosphorus, potassium, probably some sulfur and micros out. So there's lots of time. At AgroLiquid, we've done lots of research over the years, and we found that late fall or early spring, you can still get good response from that application.
That sounds great. You have a nice weekend, Stephanie. We'll talk to you again. All righty.
You too.
Stephanie Zelenko with AgroLiquid. Well, John, we were talking about the strong gusty winds that we're expecting this weekend. Chuck Cervinsky with Maple Hill Nursery is along with me right now. And Chuck, we got to worry maybe about the cold winter winds that we're going to see coming up here in the not too distant future.
Definitely starting next month. And, you may have planted new evergreens such as boxwood, arborvitae, yews, or rhododendrons, just to name a few, and they need to be protected from the winds. And one way to do that is with a product called Wilt-Proof. It's a spray material, and it's organic and biodegradable, and it works by forming a clear protective coating that won't interfere with the plant's growth. It won't affect osmosis, respiration, or photosynthesis, all which are essential to the plant's health. And what it does is it seals in moisture so plants won't dehydrate during the winter months. A couple of things you want to remember when you apply it, you want to do it on a day when temperatures are in the 40s or 50s, or on a day like today, so it has 2 or 3 hours to dry. And typically, the application will last 3 to 4 months, which is plenty to get you through the winter. And it can also be used on existing evergreen plants and not just new plantings that you may have just put in.
Wilt-Proof, that's what it's called, right?
Yes.
Chuck, have a nice weekend. We'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We'll be right back.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, part of our tractor lineup rated #1 in durability and owner experience, Z Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Bring home a Kubota BX Series tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, plus save up to $700. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details. Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See Kim Weiss at Lingle Equipment, 3001 Sawyer Drive along I-75 at the M81 Carroll exit just south of the Zilwaukee Bridge, Saginaw. Call Kim today at 989-754-7801 or email at k.weiss@lingle1.com.
Again, some strong gusty winds, but we're not anticipating much of anything in the way of moisture. It is just going to be a crazy day tomorrow. So if you've got to secure some things, 50-mile-per-hour winds is a good reason to do that. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.